So hi there, Selena here today with your technique tip for the day, and I want to show you how to recolor or make frames your own when you receive them in a digital kit or something. And you can do this with a picture frame, a border frame, any kind of frame. You can do this with elements and everything too. I'm sure your ideas will just start streaming once you see this. What I'm going to use today is my Follow Your Art Strength, one of my artsy frames, and I'm just going to pull it in here for an example, and I'll zoom in here so you can see. It's just a very simple frame. It's part of the brushes that were in there, but I don't want it the color of the original frame that was in the kit, and so I have this one that is just all black, but I do want color to match a kit that maybe I have from another designer or from one of my other own kits, so that it coordinates with the same colors of that kit. So this is very, very easy here. One way I could do this, if I wanted it all solid color, is I would just pick my color and Shift F5. This brings up your fill command, and as long as you have preserve transparency checked, done, it fills the whole color. We'll just undo. Another way to do this, which gives you a lot more flexibility, create a new layer above your frame layer and clip it to there. In PSC, it would be your Control G. In CS, it's holding the Alt button and just holding between the two layers until you see that little arrow there with the box, and then you just clip. And what you can do with this is a lot more versatile. You just pick a brush, any brush, and your color, and you can paint over that. You can even change your modes to say color burn and get, well, that would go black because I have black underneath, so that wouldn't quite work. Overlays, you can change your brushes also up here in the top in case you don't know, instead of changing the layer mode itself. And you can recolor that way. And you say, okay, big deal, right? Well, here's the big deal. I can create another layer, clip it, change my color, and maybe I want to bring in around the edges, maybe just up at this corner, this darker color, and just touch it upon here. And if you have the right, grunge type of brushes, you can really get into doing this in a lot of different ways. If you have an edge brush, you just want it on the edge. And if I open my brushes here, I can rotate this and just bring hints of this darker color in here. Or change the color if I wanted to and add some different colors. So you can see you can do all different colors here. And that is another way to really utilize this frame. And if I don't like that color, or I want it all that brown color, that's Shift F5, and it's going to change where I've painted on this particular layer. If I want it all the same color, the layer below it, Shift F5 again, hit enter, and now it's filled to all that. And I can go in here and we'll just pull red this time so you can see. Shift F5 again, and it's changing again. So you can see how it's really, really easy to change your mind on the colors that you want to use to do that now. There is another option, and I'm going to delete these two layers so we can start back with our black. Another option that's not so forgiving as creating multiple layers and clipping everything is you have in here in your layer options, there's a little button, and if you hover over this, it's going to pop up Lock Transparent Pixels. We're going to click that, and what that does is anytime you now brush on this frames layer, it is only going to brush on that frame that is on that layer. All your transparent, like here in the middle, I'm clicking and pushing, is not coloring. It's only going to color what's not transparent, and it's going to retain that original transparency. So I can come on here with other brushes and just bleed in color if I wanted to. Add a different color to go over that and pull that too. Lots and lots of options. Maybe I want that more solid down in here. If I don't like that, or I want to put a little bit of black back in here, it's real easy to do too. And it's just another way to do it. The only reason, like I said, I don't do this is because most of the time, because I like the option of the multiple layers. But it is another way to use this layer option as preserve your transparent pixels on here so that when you brush, it's only brushing on the things that are on there. But it is changing it. But as we know that awesome little Shift F5. Shift F5, we have black in our foreground. We're back to where we started from. So those are three different ways to change the colors of any type of transparent or non-transparent element that you would like to play with. Shift F5 changes the whole thing. Layer clipping, you can have diversity and change each one, different colors, move them around, add, delete, change the color. And then the preserve transparent. So I hope you enjoyed today's tips. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Want to learn something? Just ask. I'll see you next time.